Howdy, howdy. Welcome on in to the pre-show. Before the free show in a studio that is it extra cold in here today? Or
No,
is
it's
it
you.
just me? Well, so I think that there is a vent that blows directly on this seat.
I think that you're right because when I filled in for you, excuse me. Hold on a second.
It's because I can directly. I mean, I can feel a breeze going.
Like when I produced and Ish hosted.
Yeah.
It was cold.
Yeah, I can feel the air coming out of those things. They need to stop. We need to block those.
Yeah, we do. Okay. Hi. Pickle. Dateline.
Your voice cracked.
I got something going on.
Dateline.
I don't know if it cracked, but
it didn't crack, but it kind of went out. It puttered out a little bit.
I'm not sick or anything. I'm just kind of like a frog in my throat. All right.
Okay, try that again. And
in 3,
action.
2. Dateline.
Better.
London.
Oh.
England.
God, struggling.
I know. Pubs are facing a shortage in draft beer.
No.
After a considerable surge in demand as lockdown eases once again. So, this was a couple of weeks ago. London was able to open things up a little bit. They've had it worse than we have. Their vaccination rates have been lower. Go get vaccinated, etc. And they've been slower on the vaccination front. But last week they were able to lift a little bit of the lockdown,
which is good,
and allow outdoor pubs.
Okay.
They were allowed to do that.
And there's a lot of them.
And apparently they have been absolutely slammed. After more than 10 million Brits headed to their locals in the wake of easing lockdown restrictions, Heineken UK has allegedly told pubs not to order more than 3 kegs a week.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's not going to work. 3 kegs a week?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yes. So
wow.
There's an article. This is an article all over the place. But basically, publicans and brewery owners are quietly worried about how to keep up with customers' overwhelming thirst for beer, wine, and spirits in the face of supply chain issues and staff recruitment problems. That apparently everybody wants to go have a pint. Which, look, I will say,
I get it.
I will say that it feels like hopefully we're on the tail end of this. Knock on wood. Do your part. Go get vaccinated. It's available to you right now, down the street. I think my grocery store has it.
Yeah, there was a thing that went out that your local Walmarts just have it.
Yeah, it just has it. You
don't
walk
have
up.
to. Yeah, you don't have to schedule an appointment. You don't have to do that. Literally, just go in.
Just
and
go
get
say,
the shot.
I'd like one, please.
And the CDC said the mask thing yesterday. So
yeah.
that's for fully vaccinated people. There's no reason to not go get your vaccine at this point.
So go. Okay. But I get it, and that's something I've thought of, is that, and I think that's been a bit of a meme online of people man, just wait until we're able to get back together.
Oh yeah.
Well, the time is nigh upon us.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's quickly approaching.
Yeah, and so I do wonder if I don't know, I've told you I haven't been to. You and I stopped at a restaurant and sat outside on the way back from an event that we did.
Yes.
And that was
we
the
weren't
first,
within 20.
Well, and that was it was basically a covered patio.
Right.
That was the first restaurant I'd been in since March, 2020.
Yeah.
And I haven't been to a bar or anything like that, but now the experts are coming out and saying the vaccine's super effective. If you've got it, and I'm fully vaccinated, thumbs up. So
and we have been for a while.
But here's the thing, I know I'm not alone.
Right.
I know there are millions of people out there like me who are got that pent up demand.
Oh yeah.
And that pent up I want to go and tip a few back.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I've been drinking at home for months.
It's
a year.
No, I want to actually pay for an overpriced beer at this point.
I do.
I want to do that. But no, that's funny too. And I'll say that doesn't surprise me over there at all. Because I lived over there for 6 weeks. Basically it was a month and a half, And when you're over there and like really get to be immersed in not like the touristy type stuff, but like the local pubs and everything like that, where you kind of have your own local, you're supposed to, like, it is completely normal to go out on your lunch break and you're kind of expected to go get a beer, some fish and chips. I mean, it sounds bad, but that is true. And then you go back to work. And so it's like, I'm assuming the whole getting back into work thing.
It's just, and this is, I can get into a whole thing about like the puritanical roots of America and how blue laws in Texas are ridiculous and things like that. That's neither here nor there. I'm not going to go there. But what I will say is that over there, and I would say even like Europe writ large, like the pub is part of the community. Mm-hmm. It's like a community center. And so, and it's just like drinking, like having a beer is part of
right. Well, and also, like, I feel like they don't really look at the pubs as going out to a place.
That's not going out.
Specific,
that's
like,
just doing a thing that you do.
That's a normal thing. That's like going
filling up with gas.
Exactly. It's like your normal thing. Like, they don't go out to pubs to go get sloshed. They go out to pubs because it's the normal thing to do. If you want to go get sloshed, they go to the clubs in downtown London. Like, other than that.
It's a social event.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Anyway. I am a little concerned. I don't know if that's going to come over here.
Yeah.
Do we have enough booze?
I think in Texas we're fine because stuff has been open here longer.
I also
than
that
other
too.
places.
The other thing, it seems like their problem is like the rush.
Right.
The other thing for me is I also think that the craft brewery scene over there is much smaller than it is here.
Oh, yeah.
Is that they are, like, they talked with Heineken and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, like, if I go to a bar and they're out of Bud, like, okay, I've probably got a lot more options.
Right. Yeah, that Heineken wasn't a big thing when we were over there, at least.
Well, I think that they do like Amstel and stuff, other beers, so I think that's just like anyway.
I think in Texas we should be fine.
I think so too. Say a prayer for our British friends who
Yeah.
are going through a rough time right now.
After the rough time.
This is the sub rough time. It's even worse.
Oof.
All right, hit Theme Expo. Let's go! Free money! Free money!
Hey, how to sing blue way. The shot glass in your hand.
Yes, yo! From the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mothership here in beautiful Lewisville, Texas, it's Texas Football Today, a show on the internet. My name's Greg Tepper. I am the managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine. TexasFootball.com, a corresponding website. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. Whether you're watching us live at TexasFootball.com or on Facebook, or you listen to us on the podcast, which you can subscribe to on the podcast vendor of your choice. Either way, thank you for doing your part to support your local mediocre internet show. I am sitting over here in this chair at this table. There's things on this table. Over there is a desk. On that desk is a computer. That computer is running the show. At the controls of that computer is the producer of this program. We call her the Duchess of the Dorks. Her name is Ashley Pickle. Hello, Ashley.
That was
thorough.
That was Eric Nadel describing the Rangers uniforms type of intro, which is pretty commendable.
It's my favorite thing.
It is.
Eric Nadel describing the uniforms with the red piping and
the piping and everything like
so
that.
That's very good.
So yeah, there you go. I guess that was kind of a compliment for you to start off our Friday.
Wow, that's a very kind compliment. Today is Friday, May 14th, 2021. 195 days until Thanksgiving. Episode 1166, 1166, the number of hits for Rusty Greer in his illustrious Texas Rangers career.
There's
that is
a name.
Rangers Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
On today's show, friends, Pickle and, what's her face?
Megan.
No, Mallory. were out at the Plano 7-on-7 state qualifying tournament last weekend. Caught up with a number of celebrities, including Colleyville Heritage head coach Kirk Martin and Rockwall quarterback Braedyn Locke.
We did catch up with Rockwall coach.
Kind of a coach on the field.
Yeah,
kind of a coach
exactly.
on the field, Braedyn Locke. We'll hear from both of them in the back half of the show. It's Helpful Honda Mailbag Friday. If you've got questions about high school football, college football, recruiting, lifestyle, romance, travel, anything you've got, let us know in the Facebook comments or on the text line, 972-532-6665, 972-5-DAMN-OK, 972-532-MONK. You can text us there. I've also got a challenge for Pickle in Mailbag Friday.
Oh, Jesus.
So we'll get to that coming up here at the back half of the show. Do we have first four through the door?
We sure do. It was Tony Blaylock, Rob Hadaway, Miss Terry Adams, and Ryan Smiga. Welcome in, fellas and lady fella.
Welcome in, friends. Okie dokie. You and Mallory went out to Plano last weekend for the state qualifying tournament for 7-on-7.
Fact.
Caught up with a number of people. One of them, the head coach, I guess he will be the second-year head coach.
Yes.
Of the Colleyville Heritage Panthers, Coach Kirk Martin. Here is Pickle's conversation with Colleyville Heritage Coach Kirk Martin here on Texas Football Today.
Ashley Pickle, Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com here with Kirk Martin, the head coach of Colleyville Heritage. Coach, you walk out, one and done, you're heading to state. How pleased were you with the way your guys played?
That's the way you want to do it, Now then, the rest of the tournaments we can, play some other kids and get everybody involved. Really proud of our kids, how hard they played today. And we had some injuries, had some guys had to go both ways and that kind of stuff. But really, just a good day, man. It was fun. Nobody had a broken nose, but other than that, no real injuries. So
well, good. We can handle a broken nose.
Oh, yeah.
But obviously, so you're hired right before COVID hits. Mm-hmm. Then just a crazy season to be out here in May with your guys at 7-on-7. How nice is it to be normal almost again?
Man, it's so awesome, and that's what all of us want, is some sense of normalcy, and the kids have really bought into what we're selling, and they're competing really well. But today was great. I love 7-on-7. Our kids, enjoy it and get after it. It's not tackle football, so you have to kind of keep it in perspective, but you get to come out here and compete, and be around other humans, so that's kind of cool. So, yeah, we had a good day, and it was a lot of fun.
I'm always curious, when you're out here and you're watching these guys, do you take stuff from this and pinpoint, oh, we should work on that in fall camp or in spring camp, or is it more just about getting those kids the reps and being together?
Well, it's a lot of those things. The thing I think it gives you the best of is, we're going to run our offense. Well, our quarterbacks are going to call it, and so I'm working two quarterbacks. They're rotating every series. Our safety's going to call the defense, so you're having some guys have to grow up. You're having some guys have to become leaders, and those are the things I think are invaluable that you really just can't teach. We can tell them to be leaders in the weight room and be leaders, at practice, but this is a competitive setting versus another team, and so it's fun to watch that and watch those kids grow in that way. But certainly there are things that I see that we need to fix and we need to talk about and tweak some things here and there and get better at our fundamentals. But, that's, it's the first one, and heck, to go undefeated and qualify already is a good day.
Absolutely. And then you're used to being on the sideline. Now you're sitting back here in the end zone. You got a wild bunch over there. How hard is it not to be able to sit there and really coach these guys, man?
It's real hard, and because that's who you are, that you want to fix it immediately, and we're going to fuss at them whenever there's chirping going on and tell them to shut up and play and all that kind of stuff. That's going to happen. But yeah, man, it would be something if we could really coach. So, but I mean, it's great that we don't, because it forces those kids to coach each other and grow leaders. So,
well, I can tell you it's fun to watch over here on the sideline. But Coach, one more question for you. Obviously, we've seen your DCTF questionnaire that you sit in. We know what to expect from the Panthers, but for the fans at home, what's your squad going to look like in 2021?
Well, we were good last year. We made history at our school, the first ever undefeated regular season, and we bowed out in the third round by 3 points to a really talented Summit team that had Denton Ryan on the ropes until Denton Ryan blocked a punt, and then the wheels fell off for them. But I can tell you this: our kids are going to compete and give you everything they got, and they're a disciplined bunch, but we've got a little talent too, you know, and I'm excited about our kids and what they're doing, and I think our offense fits who we've got, and I know our defense does. They've been running it, you know, for a long time. I got to inherit a really great defensive staff, and those guys have been amazing, you know, with these kids, and so I think you can expect another, you know, fast-paced offense and a really stingy defense that really get after it, you know. And we've got some playmakers. I mean, Hogan Wasson, you know, is one of the best, you know, unkept secrets in the country. I mean, he's really special. You know, he's been starting since a freshman year. Heck, Isaac Shabay's been starting since he was a freshman. You know, Mason Murdoch can really stretch the field. He can really run. You know, Leon Covington competed in the triple jump yesterday at state, so he's explosive. You know, defensively, you know, you've got Dylan McKinney that's, you know, got every offer in the country, and you know, you got our linebacking core is really, really good. Chris Knight, you know, I think he's a big time, you know, Power 5 football player that nobody really knows about. So, you know, there's a bunch of guys, and you know, Caden Richardson at defensive end is going to be special again this year. You know, I know I'm forgetting some guys, but I think we'll have another good football team, and we'll be very competitive, and hopefully we can go even farther than we did last year.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. We'll see you down in College Station in June.
Thanks a bunch. Maybe it'll be warm, huh?
No kidding.
There he is, Kirk Martin, Colleyville Heritage head coach. You know who loves him? Besides me, I love Coach Martin.
Yes.
You know who really loves him?
This feels like a step thing. Or a
Rick
max.
Renner.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many things he loves about him. One, Coach Martin's a great guy.
Oh, he absolutely
So it's you know, that's an easy thing. Two, he coached at the Manville, and basically Rick, or like basically Coach never said like, please stop saying that. So it was like, you know, tacit like endorsement.
Yep.
Thirdly, you know where he was before he went to where he went from Manville and before Colleyville Heritage.
I did not. He was at Manville for 18 years. I knew that.
He was at Manville a long time. Then he went one place, and now he's at Colleyville Heritage. You know where he was?
He was out of the state.
He was on the staff at Syracuse.
Oh, Lord,
which
have
is where
mercy. Rico played basketball.
Well, he didn't play. He played like rec ball. But but he's huge. Yeah, that's where Renner was, and it's like that's where Renner went. And so yeah, it's
a
whole
long.
thing. Anyway, he loves Kirk Martin.
I'll put Coach on the spot real fast. After we got done with the interview and stuff, Mallory and I were packing up all the stuff. I looked down and I see car keys sitting on the turf. And I was like, uh-oh, and I look back, and here comes Coach Martin over the bridge, and he goes, well, I wasn't going to get very far without those.
Okay, at least he caught it, and you didn't have to, like, chase him down.
Yeah, no, I mean, I picked him up and was like, this has got to be his, and so I held him up, and he goes, wasn't going to get very far.
Appreciate Kirk Martin from Colleyville Heritage hopping on with you. Another guy you caught up with is the quarterback for the
Rockwall
Yellow Jackets, and recent Mississippi State commit.
Yeah, over there with Leach.
I know this because I got a call the other day from somebody with USA Today who's writing an article about like Mike Leach's reach in Texas, and I was like, Braedyn Locke's a perfect example of like, you know, he still has some pull around here, and obviously people want to go play for him. Braedyn, they're getting quite a quarterback in Rockwall quarterback Braedyn Locke. Here's our conversation with Braedyn Locke from Rockwall here on Texas Football Today.
Ashley Pickle, Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com, joined with QB1 of the Rockwall Yellow Jackets, Braedyn Locke, heading into your senior year. First off, obviously, man, just a wild year last year. To be out here in May on a football field, how exciting is that?
Oh, it's such a blessing just to be out here with all these new faces on our team and just, you know, getting a chance to bond with them. You know, it's something that I felt like we kind of took for granted and it definitely got stripped away from us last year. So we're all just really thankful and really excited to be out here and get going again. It's a fun time of year. If
you had to look back and just pinpoint probably what the largest struggles were just going through a COVID year like that as a student, the online working aspect, the football field, what would you say was the biggest struggle out of the COVID year as a whole?
I would just say, like, overall, kind of just adapting, you know, like your schedule is changing, you know, being at home so much, you're constantly having to worry about so many precautions that nobody thought about before. And so I would just say kind of the adapting that we had to do, and kind of the changes that we had to make to just our everyday lives as a football player. So that was probably the most difficult part.
When you look forward to the season that you have upcoming, obviously your senior year, you want to go out on top. What portions of your team do you think are going to be the what you're hanging your hat on, the big strength of the team?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have talent all over. We've got a really talented junior class coming up, and you probably saw a lot of those guys out here today. That they can fly around at receiver. We got a good group of O linemen. They work well together, and it's been a really good start to spring. Obviously, got some really good skill guys. So I think we're gonna have talent all over the field. For me. Personally, my goal is just to kind of unite these guys. It's one of those things, like we're all just now starting to play together, and just finding a way to mesh it all together and make it great. So should be a good year. I think like I said, we have talent all over the place, and we're gonna find a way to make it work for sure.
And then out here, obviously, we're doing some 7-on-7, beautiful day out. How has today gone? What do you like that you're seeing from your guys?
Yeah, I thought we came out strong. First 2 games, got 2 good wins, won by multiple scores. This year it was kind of interesting because they shortened the games a little bit. So it's just one of those things where like every possession is so important. And in that last game, lost by 1 score. I think we only got the ball 4 times, maybe 5 times. And so it's just one of those things where, you don't score and they score, you're in a tough situation. So. But we competed really well. I feel like in 7-on-7, sometimes teams come out here and they don't really get good at stuff that they're going to do on Friday nights. And I think we definitely did that today. We got better as a team, we bonded as a team, and we competed really well. So it was a successful day. Not the result we wanted, but pretty proud of our guys.
Braedyn, always appreciate the time. Best of luck next year.
Appreciate it.
There is Braedyn Locke, quarterback for those Rockwall Yellow Jackets, Mississippi State commit, joining us from the Plano 7-on-7 state qualifying tournament. You guys had a good time.
We did.
And
yeah.
You guys are going out next week.
Yes, Greg Powers will be out at the Arlington one, so I've heard, Saturday, and then the following Saturday, Mallory and I will be joined by our friend from the Great White North, as he makes his appearance back in Texas for the Grapevine one.
Yeah. So, as we mentioned earlier this week, this past weekend was the first weekend, but there were only like 2 state qualifying tournaments
because of state track going on.
There are like 7 this week.
Yeah.
So it's like we hit the gas big time. Like it starts. It's got, you know what it's like? It's kind of like Hall of Fame weekend in the NFL, where it's like, oh, like there's a preseason game, stuff like that, and it's like, yo, you're so excited that there's football back that you watch it, even though you realize like, oh, there's just not much going on.
Yeah.
This week is like it gets going.
Yeah.
Like we are
full throttle,
running and gunning. So we appreciate Braedyn Locke, the Rockwall quarterback, for being our guest. We're Texas Football Today. We're here every weekday at noon on TexasFootball.com, talking football in the Lone Star State. You can follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Look us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And, of course, see us at TexasFootball.com, TexasFootball.com/subscribe to become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football Insider. You know what we need to do?
What?
We need to buy a dumb domain name and link it to TexasFootball.com/subscribe, so it can be like, if you go to GregTeppersAFool.com, like then you can subscribe to Dave Campbell's Texas Football. You know what I mean?
I like that idea.
Something like that. We gotta come up with a better.
Big fan.
Gotta come up with a better URL than that.
No, I thought that was great, but to each their own.
Pickle. It's Friday, and that means it's Mailbag Friday, brought to you by our friends at the North Texas Honda Dealer.
The North Texas Honda Dealers want to help you score a great deal on some great award-winning Hondas. Stop by your local North Texas Honda Dealers or visit ntxhonda.com. Yeah, ntxhondadealers.com to learn more.
ntxhondadealers.com, our friends.
Good cars.
It's the helpful Honda Mailbag Friday. If you got questions, high school football, college football, recruiting, lifestyle, romance, travel, Hawaiian shirts, anything like that, get to us on the comments on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Or
we got some.
You can text
Quite a
us
few.
972-532-6665. But first, Pickle, before we get to your questions.
Oh, goodness. We have a lot of questions, though.
I know we do, and we'll get to that.
I just don't want to hear what you have to say next. I'm concerned.
But here's the thing. You know, we've started this new marketing push here at TexasFootball.com about become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football, become a certified Texan.
Yes.
Right? Become a certified Texan.
I am a certified Texan.
You're a certified Texan. Where were you born?
Llano, Texas.
You were born in Llano,
Yeehaw.
Texas. I was born in Dallas. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. That.
Born in Dallas. We lived in DeSoto. But I was born at Baylor Hospital in Dallas.
There you go.
Okay?
I was born at Llano Hospital in
In
Llano.
Llano. That tracks. So you're a Texan. You're a red-blooded, God-fearing, to the core Texan, right?
Yes.
Let's prove it.
Okay.
I've got here.
Oh Lord.
How Texan are you?
Oof.
A
Okay.
quiz
Oh no.
about things in Texas.
Okay. Don't put me on the spot.
12 questions.
Shoot.
Don't swear.
I said shoot.
Okay. 12 questions. Are you ready?
Yeah. Mm. Oof.
These are multiple choice, so I can give you the choice.
Okay.
Okay, it's multiple
okay.
choice.
Okay. That. When in doubt, go see.
What famous Texas actor played
Oh, God.
Will Smith's partner in the Men in Black movie series?
Lord have mercy.
A. Matthew McConaughey. B. Tommy Lee Jones. C. Ethan Hawke. D. Woody Harrelson.
B.
Tommy Lee Jones is correct.
Let's go.
Tommy Lee Jones played the. So 1 for 1. Good job. Next. What is the former name of Austin? Is it Alamo, Waterloo, Guadalupe, or Red River? What is the former name of
Guadalupe.
Austin? Incorrect. It's Waterloo.
Really? All
Waterloo
right.
was the name of was the capital of Texas.
Okay.
All right. Next up. Who said the famous quote, "You may all go to hell, and I will go to Texas"? William B. Travis, Stephen F. Austin, Davy Crockett, Sam Houston.
Davy Crockett. Is that wrong? I feel like that's wrong.
That's correct.
Okay,
Davy
good, good,
Crockett.
good. I was like,
Good job.
oh, that came out of my mouth before I even had time to think about it.
Good. All right. Number 4. What Texas company sponsored the first ever taping of Austin City Limits?
ACL. Okay.
HEB, Lone Star, the Lone Star beer,
Beer, yeah.
Whataburger, or Buc-ee's? What Texas company sponsored the first ever taping of Austin City Limits?
That feels like you gotta go with HEB. But Lone Star to me makes more sense.
It was Lone Star.
Lone Star, okay.
It was Lone Star.
I was like, HEB just seems like the right answer because they sponsor like everything
Yeah.
Texan, but Lone Star makes more sense with them being probably like a presenting sponsor.
Here's one for
beer-wise.
you. This is right there. How many miles long is the San Antonio Riverwalk?
Oh.
2, 4, 10, or 15? How many miles long is the San Antonio Riverwalk?
4.
15.
Really?
15 miles long.
See, I felt like that just was an overshot.
15.
All right. Woo.
What does the Lone Star symbolize? A, the North Star. B, Lone Star beer. C, the Dallas Cowboys. Or D, Texas's previous status as an independent republic.
Gonna go with D on that one.
That is correct. Good job. There you go. You got one. There you go. Good, good. Ooh, hold on. Where'd it go? Oh, no, go. Okay, hold on. I got to get the for some reason reset. Okay. All right. What is the name of the tallest cowboy in the world who towers above the Texas State
Big
Fair?
Tex.
That is correct. Well done. All right. Who is known as the father of Texas? Davy Crockett, Stephen F. Austin, Greg Popovich, or Willie Nelson?
Greg Popovich is the answer. If it doesn't
Okay,
say
that's-
Greg Popovich, it's wrong.
Okay, that's wrong. It's Stephen F. Austin.
It is. That the quiz is wrong. Go Spurs, go.
How many miles is it from El Paso to Orange, the easternmost town on I-10?
Can I throw something out there before you say it?
Sure.
Is it 836?
Well, one of the answers is 854.
Okay.
Is
Tell
that
me the answers now.
645, 854, 965, 1836.
I think it's 854.
That's correct.
Let's go.
Well done. Okay.
Okay, I knew I was close.
Question 10. To what town is George Strait, the king of country, trying to make it by morning?
Amarillo by morning.
That is correct. What fictional Texas town was the setting for the long-running show King of the Hill?
Oh, no.
Is it Fort Austin, Hallis, Arlen, or Sam Houston?
Oh, it's just going to kick my butt for not knowing this. Hallis, was that an answer? Yeah. I think it's Hallis.
I'll tell you it's wrong. It's Arlen.
Arlen, okay.
Arlen.
I knew you and Ish would be
Yeah.
upset with me for that one.
Finally, last question. Oh, I think this is the last question. No. What is the only natural lake found in Texas. All others are man-made. Is it Lake Texoma, Caddo Lake, Louisville Lake, or Lake Buchanan?
Lake Buchanan.
No, it's Caddo Lake.
Lies.
Caddo Lake is the only natural lake in Texas. So your score, I got to make sure we get this right. It's 6 out of 12. But one of those.
I'm willing to go to. I'm willing to fight for Buchanan.
But one of those was the Greg Popovich answer.
Yes, which I know was correct. I got 7
All
out
right.
of 12.
Okay. So there you go. There's your Texan quiz.
I'm willing to fight about that Lake Buchanan one, but okay.
Well, let's see. Hold on, Lake Buchanan.
They use Lake Buchanan to fill up Lake LBJ.
Lake Buchanan was formed by the construction of Buchanan Dam to provide a water supply.
Okay.
So it is.
I guess I'm thinking it is naturally filled though. Like they don't fill that lake. Is
Well, yeah, they didn't.
after.
That's fine. All right.
Fine. That was fun.
Yes. So there you go. There's your Texan quiz for this week. What kind of questions do we have in the comments?
What kind of questions? Let's see. What is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
So you don't do sweets. So this is a question for me only, unless you have one.
I do on a summer day like a popsicle, like the ones that they come in the giant pack and you put them all in the freezer. Just the long, skinny, like the colorful, like the ice ones,
The
not like
flavor
the
ice.
ice cream. Yeah,
Flavor ice.
I do like those.
Okay.
The yellow ones are always my favorite.
I don't-
Sometimes
I
they're
don't know.
pineapple, sometimes they're like banana. It depends on which pack you get, but I do like those.
I
I also love snow cones.
I'm a Rocky Road guy.
Okay.
I like a lot of bits going on in my ice cream.
Who would have thought?
And so yeah, I've always liked Rocky Road. And, that's what I'm gonna lock that in as my final answer. What's next?
Let's go with what's your favorite or what's your go-to beer?
My go-to beer.
Yeah, it's a favorite beer or go-to.
Yeah. So I mean
They're
that's the
different.
thing. I would say that really at present my go-to beer is. It's tough to recommend because it's like you got to really like it, and it's also like a healthy. I like the Community Beer Mosaic IPA, which has been my my go-to. I really enjoy that, but it's hard to recommend.
It's very local too.
It's very local. I don't want to. Ooh, that is not a beer you can have more than like one
yeah.
of, maybe 2, but like it's not. That's not like a throwback a bunch of beers type of thing.
Right.
I also like the Deep Elm IPA, which is good. I have also, as much as I hate the can, the Carbach Crawford Bach
Ooh, yeah.
is excellent.
Yeah, with the
really enjoy
Astros
that.
print
yeah,
on
I
it.
hate the can. I want to punt the can into the sun, but it's an excellent, excellent beer.
You would be proud of me. I have trained myself to enjoy IPAs more
Oh,
now.
look
Yeah.
at you.
I would say my go-to just for a regular go-to beer is a Shiner. Like
Sure,
if
that's easy.
That's super easy. That's a
like
go-to.
saying I like Miller Lite.
Right.
Or, it's
Yeah,
like, yes,
but
sure.
one that would be
To
on
be
the
fair,
same
hold on. Let me be clear. Shiner's better than Miller Lite. But go on.
to be on the same of you can't have multiple of them. A Revolver Blood and Honey
Yep.
is a great one. I go about 2 max there, and then I need to be done with those. Or the El Chincon, which is really good. It has the massive pop top though, like the whole top comes off of the can.
My brother showed me this beer that he's super into. It's from Rar Brewery, and
Yes.
it is it's Paleta de Mango. It is mango chili beer with lime,
Ooh.
and so it's like spicy.
Yeah.
I was like, this is weird, and I kind of love it. It's very distinct. That's one that I tried.
Do you like the micheladas? Like the
No, I do not.
You don't like that?
I don't
So
want
do you like
tomato
Bloody
in my beer.
Marys? Okay.
I'll drink one.
Go either way.
I'll drink one. Here's the thing. I don't if we're going to like brunch, I don't do mimosas because champagne wreaks
It's
havoc on me.
the death of me.
But then I also don't love like I think I'd just rather have a beer with eggs.
I'm making a graphic. That's quote of the day. I'd rather just have a beer with eggs. Greg Tepper.
I am who I am.
That's fair.
What's next?
That's totally fair. What is a super obscure reference that you use often? I like that.
Boy, super obscure. I mean, it's obviously going to be something like from The Simpsons.
Simpsons, yeah.
Oh man.
I love my favorite one that you use often, I would say, is like, you got the dud. And I wouldn't say that's
you got the
super
dud.
obscure.
That's the thing, is like a lot of the Simpsons things have become like so popular. And so famous that like there's hardly one. Like I say everything's coming up Millhouse a lot. Like, my ankles are soaked, my cuffs are bone dry.
I use and this is a fairly common one, I guess, but a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then is a saying I would use a lot.
I would say, yeah. That would probably be I would probably say everything's coming up Millhouse. I don't know if that's obscure enough, but I do say that.
You
like
have
a
to
lot.
know
Yeah.
what it is to understand the reference, or else you're just going, okay, what is this guy saying?
You know what I say a lot, and this is a little bit more obscure. There's a episode of The Simpsons. It's not great, but it's an okay episode. Where Homer gets pretty fit, and he goes to a gym, and he goes, he's walking around late at night, and he sees like something like a 24-hour gym. He goes, a gime? What's a gime? And then he walks in, and he goes, oh, a gime. I say a gime a lot. Like whenever I like something clicks with me, I go, a gime.
Okay, yeah, that would qualify as obscure.
That's obscure enough. Yeah, that's the one. All right, what's next?
What is your go-to meal after a super hot day of covering 7-on-7?
So that's the thing. Is that when you're covering 7-on-7, you're out there in the heat all day, and so you don't necessarily want something super heavy, even if you're hungry.
So you can say a fat salad would
slap. You don't. All right. Cool. You don't win friends with salad. There's another reference.
Yep.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if I have a go-to. A lot of it is just like, you know what? Like, I'll just do like pizza and eat a little bit, because you have really good control over how much you eat.
Yeah.
With pizza, because a lot of it is just like, I just want to get some sustenance in my body, and then I want to take a shower and pass out.
Yeah.
I would say pizza.
I can say after 7-on-7, Mallory and I ran to Legacy Hall because we couldn't really decide on what we wanted to eat. So we're like, well, we'll go and just see what pops out. I had their little chicken tender bite things at the little place that's in there. So good. So that's what I did after 7-on-7.
Yeah.
Because it was filling, but it wasn't super heavy. It wasn't like a greasy burger.
All right. Do we have an ender?
Yeah, here we go. Aaron Flynn. What was one thing you learned about journalism that you weren't taught in college, but were taught from experience?
That's pretty good. I would say that that's a good
I think I have mine.
Okay.
Treating coaches and players like normal people gets you a lot farther than trying to be incredibly, and there are times to be incredibly professional. I'm not saying that in a press conference you should go up and, hey bro, how's it, like
Interviews
that type
are
of thing.
conversations.
But if you take a deep breath and relax in your interviews instead of sitting like this and being like all crazy tight, you get way better answers. That's something that I feel like comes with experience. You got to keep professionalism.
I'll say this, that the piece of advice that I give to all aspiring journalists is don't.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But if they're insistent on doing it, then the advice that I would say is get pretty good at everything.
Yes.
And don't view something as not your department. Just learn to do it. What I mean by that is I have a newspaper degree, okay? And yet here I am talking to a microphone, right?
And mine was the opposite way. I have a microphone degree, and here I am helping write stuff.
You're writing stuff,
and I
right?
never thought that I would do that.
Right?
Yeah.
You're editing pages.
Like I write articles with y'all.
If you're a video person, get good at writing and learn. And if you're a writing person, learn how to work a camera and learn to speak. In just
if you're in front of the camera, learn how to do the behind the scenes stuff, and it increases your on camera presence so much.
Vice versa. Just understand that. learn to code. Learn very basic web. I'm not saying you need to go in there and learn Python, but what I'm saying is be able to know how hyperlinks work and things like that. I think one thing, and I've gotten in trouble for saying this in the past. I think there's a generation of, and this is going to sound very old man yells at cloud. There's a generation of people, or at least a subset of generation of people, who think that just being good at social media is enough.
Yep.
It is not. It is a tool in your toolbox, and you should be good at it. But that's not enough. Like, as far as make it, like, yes, utilize that, utilize those means, but and be good at that. But that should be a tool in your toolbox. It should not be the only club in your bag, to mix metaphors. It shouldn't be the only club in your bag.
Nope. You've
got to be able to do a little bit of everything. And if you can do a little bit of everything, you're a lot more marketable. That's my take. That's the advice that I give people. Is learn to write, learn to code, learn to work a camera, learn how microphones work.
It's literally multimedia at this
It
point.
is.
You can't just be newspaper
Well,
guy.
just-
You can't
yeah.
just be on air girl. It
and that's
doesn't
the
work.
thing. Like, I have a degree in from I think a pretty prestigious journalism school in newspaper journalism. Tell me how many newspapers I'm working for these days. You know what I mean?
The
Like,
answer's
yes, I have
zero.
I have like my background, but my background informed what I do now, and now I'm able to do all these other things that of varying degrees. So, like, start a podcast and start a blog, even if nobody reads it and nobody listens to it. That's the advice that I would give.
Yeah.
I don't know if that answers the question. But.
No, I think I completely agree with that. Real fast too, got to give a shout out. Just a quick shout out that I don't remember. I'm not going to find it. But someone said an obscure reference that both of us use. Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap.
Snip, snap, snip, snap.
That's a perfect one for the two of us.
You know what 6 vasectomies do?
It takes a toll on you.
That's going to do it for us. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbell. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And, of course, see us at texasfootball.com. Thanks again to Braedyn, Locke of Rockwall and Kirk Martin of Colleyville Heritage for being our guests. For Ashley Pickle, I'm Greg Tepper. Vince Young, please come get your Player of the Year trophy. We'll see you Monday. Maybe?
Probably.
Monday on Texas Football Today.